近期许多国际大厂都纷纷加大了投资台湾的力道，也带来了许多优质的工作机会。在这当中，台湾最大外商美光在桃园和台中两地的工厂，更是被选入了世界经济论坛的灯塔工厂，显示着创新受到了肯定。我们这一回关键对话访问到了美光的全球执行副总裁，要一起来谈谈产业的趋势和对台湾的布局。
关键时刻掌握关键对话。大家好，我是志杰。过去如果我们问在企业里头驱动数位转型最主要的角色到底是谁，很多人可能会说是 CEO， 但是在今年大家的回答变成是 COVID-19。疫情它非常暴力的驱动了很多的改变，它让5G 商机迟到，但是呢也带来了宅经济的发展，它让世界很多地方封城，但是也带来更多的厂商投资台湾。那到底我们该怎么看包括5G 商机、科技趋势跟台湾的角色呢？针对这些问题，我们现在马上就要越洋来为您访问到的是人在新加坡的美光全球执行副总 Manish Bhatia。Hello Manish, nice to see you again. How are you in Singapore?
Hi Jinjira, it's nice to be back with you today, and hello to all of the US TV audience in Taiwan.
It's interesting to do this remote interview, but I think if we can travel freely, I think we would like to do it in a face-to-face conversation. COVID-19 radically changed our lives. Could you share your observation of technology trends in post-pandemic era?
You know, you're absolutely right. Certainly, all of us around the world are learning to shop from home, work from home, learn from home, and really stay connected with each other virtually. See when that's going to be able to happen, and of course that just puts further impetus for us to grow our tool set to be able to collaborate virtually. So at Micron, one of the things we're doing is really increasing our investments in AR, VR, augmented reality, virtual reality, so that we can get engineers around the world, bringing them, Micron engineers around the world coming into our manufacturing operations to be able to see our equipment, see our production lines, and be able to help collaborate on technical challenges, manufacturing challenges together to be able to keep our production moving smoothly. TSMC's talking about clearly the two pillars of that digital transformation that we look ahead to in the future are 5G and AI. And as we look at those trends for the future, each of them is a very potent, strong vector of innovation. But when you combine them together, 5G and AI will generate more than $11 trillion of economic value over the next 15 years. And just to give you some perspective on that, $11 trillion is larger than the combined economies of Japan and Germany today. And those are the third and fourth largest economies in the world. So just imagine how much economic value is going to be created. Virtually every industry is going to be transformed.
But the pandemic interrupted the work on new 5G network deployment this year. Can we see a more robust demand for 5G next year?
Well, certainly, Jinjiro, we do see that there have been some impact from the pandemic on the 5G rollout, but we see that 5G infrastructure starting to roll out now, and certainly it's going to roll out in calendar year 21 and beyond and continue globally. I think last week TSMC said that 5G handsets have more logic semiconductor content in them than traditional handsets. And certainly we see 5G handsets having more DRAM and more NAND flash storage content in them as well. So that just increases the opportunity for memory and storage to be part of the value that's created as 5G rolls out. We believe there'll be between 100 and 200 million 5G smartphone handsets sold. Obviously that number would have been bigger had the pandemic not happened and actually all smartphone manufacturing ground to a halt back in the early days of the pandemic, and it's now coming back and we're starting to see signs of strength there. Next year we could see as many as 500 million smartphones as 5G smartphones, which would be approximately 25% of the global smartphone industry, which would be 5G capable, and you'll see a continuing blend of more and more 5G in the mix of smartphones moving forward.
It seems that 5G will finally go mainstream, which is positive to memory industry. Besides, according to your latest financial report, last quarter Micron's revenue surged 24% year over year. Do you think that the upcycle for memory industry is underway?
our performance was somewhat boosted by the fact that we happened to have an extra week in our fiscal quarter, which is a calendar anomaly that happens every several years. So that did boost it a little bit, but yes, we did see some growth, and we do continue to see a gradual recovery in the industry cycle as we head into calendar 21, and gradually through calendar year 21, we do see the fundamentals improving. Certainly, we expect the global economy to improve. We're starting to see some of that improvement here in Asia as the pandemic becomes under control in many countries, and hopefully we'll see a vaccine next year, a successful vaccine, which will help us have the pandemic gradually recede, and that will improve economic activity.
I remember you talked about that the cyclical period for the industry will become shorter and bounce it faster last time you mentioned. So are we just seeing that it happened?
Very good memory, Jinjira. You're right. Last time we talked, I was explaining our belief that memory industry cycles are becoming shorter and shallower than they were before. And if I rewind to the beginning of calendar year 20, we were really poised to have a strong recovery, and I think ready to come out of an industry cycle that at that point would have been shorter in duration than previous memory cycles, down cycles had been before. Then, of course, starting from January on, we've had to deal with the impact of the pandemic on industry demand, on our other aspects of our business, and so that did extend this cycle. But as we look forward to calendar year 21, we do see gradual improvement, and we do believe that the industry now, with so many diverse demand drivers, whether you're looking at the cloud, mobile phones, automotive and autonomous driving on the horizon, and gaming solutions and PC solutions, all of that underpinned by 5G and AI as really secular demand vectors. We do see that this trend of shorter and shallower memory cycles should continue, and we think that the memory industry is definitely continuing to add more and more value to our customers.
Is there any kind of headwind you might face in the near future?
We do believe calendar year 21 will see, gradual recovery. The other area that we think could see, while we think the DRAM industry is in relatively good shape, there could be excess supply on the NAND side that will take a little bit more time to work through as we go through. But overall, we definitely see both memory and storage starting to grow again next year.
I noticed that Taiwan has become the most important manufacturing site for Micron. Last month's World Economic Forum selected your factory in Taichung as a lighthouse factory. It is also the first time for a factory in Taiwan to receive this honor. How do you achieve that?
So we are really excited. I'm very proud of the accomplishments of Micron Taiwan's manufacturing. So the World Economic Forum designates these lighthouse manufacturing facilities across all different kinds of industries because of their leading in terms of sophistication of manufacturing techniques and processes, and basically designates these lighthouses as lighting the way for the rest of the industrial world into the fourth industrial revolution. So in Micron Taiwan, what we've really demonstrated is the ability to generate data, terabytes, petabytes of data off of our manufacturing equipment, put them into big data clusters, and utilize analytic platforms, AI-fueled analytic platforms that are able to help us improve our yields, reduce our cost, improve our productivity, and improve the quality of all of our products and processes that are manufactured in Micron Taiwan.
Do you have more recruitment and capital expenditure plan in Taiwan next fiscal year?
And as you know, Jinjira, semiconductor manufacturing is incredibly capital intensive. When you're building a fab at scale, it's multiple billions of dollars of investment. So every bit of yield improvement or productivity improvement or quality improvement can have a huge impact both on our financial results as well as on our customers. We've announced publicly we're just now completing our new fab shell in Taichung, and we'll, in calendar year 21, be ramping advanced DRAM technology into that facility. So yes, we will be deploying new equipment into that shell and populated it and increasing our CapEx spend in that facility next year. we are, of course, then also looking to recruit the best and brightest we can in Taiwan to help us work on these very, very difficult challenges at the leading edge of the semiconductor industry.
Thank you, Manish, for taking this interview. Thank you very much. 从刚刚的访问，我们听得出来，记忆体产业在过去深受景气循环的影响。不过，在未来，包括了5G、AI 等等大趋势之下，它复苏的速度变快了。而台湾在这当中也渐渐扮演了越来越重要的角色。以上资讯提供给您，我是志杰，关键对话，我们下次见。